Maine, the gem in the far northeast of the United States, is the first place to welcome the sunrise in America. It is not noisy like New York or luxurious like California, but Maine quietly shines with its wild, simple, and peaceful beauty. This is the land where the sea, the pine forests, and the mountains come together to create a picture of nature full of feelings. Every morning, when the sun rises from the Atlantic Ocean, the light paints the old lighthouses in gold and reflects on the cold, clear water, a scene that makes every heart stop for a moment. Maine is the place where people can find rare peace, where nature still keeps its wild and gentle soul, as it was hundreds of years ago. Located in the northeastern corner of New England, Maine is surrounded by the beauty of the sea, forests, and mountains. The state borders Canada to the north and east, New Hampshire to the west, and opens to the deep blue Atlantic Ocean in the south. With an area of more than 91,000 square kilometers and over 5,500 kilometers of coastline, Maine is considered one of the states with the most complex and spectacular coastlines in the United States. Every steep cliff, every white lighthouse standing alone in the sea wind, and every small fishing village nestled by the bay create a unique and unmistakable charm. More than 80% of the state is covered by pine forests, which is why Maine is also called the Pine Tree State. The climate here is typical of the oceanic temperate zone, with 4 distinct seasons: cool summers, colorful autumns, snowy winters, and springs when nature comes back to life. At any time of the year, Maine has its own beauty, sometimes bright and lively, sometimes quiet and calm, but always honest and natural. If you have to choose one place that shows the full soul of Maine, it would surely be Acadia National Park, the first national park in the northeastern United States. Located on Mount Desert Island, Acadia is a perfect combination of mountains, forests, and the sea, where nature wears a coat that is both majestic and poetic. Cadillac Mountain, nearly 470 meters high, is the highest point along the Atlantic coast of the United States. In the early morning, this is the first place in the country to welcome the sunrise. The moment when the sun slowly rises through the light mist, coloring the sea and pine forests in soft pink. In addition, the park has more than 200 kilometers of trails for trekking lovers, the calm Jordan Pond that reflects the clouds above, and the carriage roads, winding stone paths built through the forest by the Rockefeller family. In autumn, Acadia shines brightly in the red, yellow, and orange colors of maple leaves, making visitors feel like they are walking inside a vivid painting. The largest city in Maine, Portland, is where the past and the present blend in every rhythm of life. The city center, the old Port District, still keeps its old charm with cobblestone streets, red brick buildings, small coffee shops, and seafood restaurants filled with delicious smells. The Portland Harbor was once a busy trade center of New England, and today it still carries the salty breath of the sea. The most iconic destination is the Portland Headlight in Cape Elizabeth, the oldest lighthouse in Maine, built in 1791. Even after centuries, it still stands tall, shining over the ocean and inspiring many photographers and painters. In addition, Portland is also a food paradise, where you can enjoy the famous lobster roll or sit by the harbor with a cup of coffee, listening to the waves and the seagulls in a peaceful atmosphere. A few hours' drive from Portland, Bar Harbor is a small town located right on the edge of Acadia National Park, known as the gateway to Maine's wild nature. This place was once a favorite vacation spot for America's upper class in the 19th century. Today, Bar Harbor still keeps its classic and peaceful charm. The small tree-lined streets, souvenir shops, seafood restaurants, and cozy cafes create a friendly and welcoming atmosphere. Visitors can take a boat trip to watch whales, explore Frenchman Bay, or enjoy the sunset at the harbor, where the sun slowly sinks into the vast sea and sky. In autumn, Bar Harbor is covered in red and golden leaves, reflected on the sparkling water, a beauty that touches the heart. If Portland is the heart of Maine, then Kennebunkport is its gentle soul. This is a famous resort town that has been the summer retreat of many U.S. presidents, especially George H.W. Bush and his family. Although known for its connection to the upper class, Kennebunkport still keeps its rustic and simple charm. The white wooden houses facing the sea, the small harbor with quiet sailboats, and the moss-covered streets create a scene that feels like a fairy tale. Visitors can stroll around Dock Square, visit Walker's Point Estate, the Bush family's vacation home, or swim at Gooch's Beach. In summer, the town becomes lively with seafood festivals, while in winter, it sinks into white snow and sparkling Christmas lights. Camden is one of the most beautiful and romantic towns in the United States, known as where the mountains meet the sea, the place where the mountains touch the ocean. The town lies at the foot of the Camden Hills, with old houses and a harbor full of sailing boats. From the top of Mount Batty, visitors can see the whole view of Camden, the blue sea, pine forests, and small, lovely houses appearing through the mist. In summer, Camden is an ideal destination for boating, sea trips, or camping in the forest. In autumn, when the leaves change color, the whole town turns red and golden, becoming a perfect picture of nature. This is also where the Camden Windjammer Festival takes place, Maine's famous sailing festival. The name Ogunquit in the Abenaki language means beautiful place, and it truly is. Ogunquit is one of the most beautiful seaside towns in New England, famous for its soft white sand, clear blue water, and peaceful scenery. The most special spot here is the Marginal Way, a seaside path about 1.5 kilometers long that curves along the rocky shore, where visitors can walk, watch the sea, and breathe the fresh air. The town is also an art center of Maine, with many galleries, theaters, and summer festivals. Ogunquit has both an artistic spirit and a romantic charm, perfect for anyone who wants a place to rest, create, or simply feel the calm of the sea. Located on Penobscot Bay, Rockland is known as the lobster capital of Maine. Every year, it hosts the Maine Lobster Festival, which attracts tens of thousands of visitors to enjoy the state's signature dish. Fresh lobster cooked in many ways, steamed, grilled, in rolls, or in soup. In addition, the Rockland Breakwater Light, located at the end of a stone pier stretching nearly 1.5 kilometers into the sea, is a very popular spot for visitors to take photos. Located deep inland, Bangor is not only the commercial center of northern Maine, but also the hometown of novelist Stephen King, the master of American horror stories. Visitors coming here can see Stephen King's house, famous for its black iron gate and strange bat shapes, a fascinating spot for literature fans. In addition, Bangor has the beautiful Bangor waterfront along the Penobscot River, where music festivals and cultural events take place all summer long. The culture of Maine carries the true spirit of New England: simple, honest, and close to nature. People here live slowly, love the sea, love the forests, and are proud of their homeland. They are hardworking, friendly, and always ready to help each other, especially during the cold winters. Art, music, and local festivals are also an important part of life here, showing pride in Maine's heritage and nature. In the calm rhythm of life, the strong sense of community and the warmth of people's hearts are what make Maine special. Simple, yet full of life. Maine is not noisy or flashy, but it attracts people with its natural beauty and rare peace. From the whispering pine forests to the deep blue sea, from the old lighthouses to the kind and gentle people, everything blends into a soft symphony of the northeastern land. Maine is a place to find a slower rhythm of life, to breathe fresh air, and to feel the pure simplicity of America. A land that everyone who visits will always remember.